Welcome everyone to our November council meeting. I'll ask everyone to be upstanding for our opening prayer. Almighty God, we ask you to be present at this meeting to assist us in our service to the community through local government. We pray that our decisions will be wise and taken with goodwill and clear conscience. Amen. Townsville Shire acknowledges all the traditional custodians throughout the Shire. We recognise their continued care of lands and water and their living knowledge and wisdom. We pay our respects to elders past and present. We are committed to listening and working together to help build a stronger and more inclusive society. Item 3 is councillor and officer presence at the meeting. We have all councillors in attendance. We have Ms Phelps, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr Heritage, Director of Infrastructure and Environment, Mr Stanton, Acting Director of Community and Planning, and Ms Taylor, Director of Corporate and Organisational Development. Item 4, apologies and granting of leave of absence. Any apologies? Nothing in that area. Item 5 is disclosures of conflict of interest. I may as well start off there. So I have a conflict on item 17.1, a material conflict, as I own a quarry within the municipality as well. Any other conflicts? Our CEO.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I have a material conflict of interest in relation to item 14.3, as it is my performance review that is the subject of that report, and that may have an impact on the remuneration review that is conducted.
Thank you. Any other conflicts? We're going round. No. Item 6, election of mayor. And item 6.1 is election of mayor preamble. And I'll hand over to our CEO.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors, item 6.1 before you is the preamble or information, if you like, in relation to the election of the mayor. Under section 25 of the Local Government Act 2020, the requirements in relation to the election of the mayor are provided, and they've been reproduced in your agenda. So at item 1, at a council meeting that is open to the public, the councillors must elect a councillor to be the mayor of the council. Item 2, subject to section 167, any councillor is eligible for election or re-election to the office of mayor. 3, the election of the mayor must be chaired by the Chief Executive Officer, and B, subject to this section, be conducted in accordance with the governance rules. 4, subject to subsections 5 and 6, the mayor must be elected by an absolute majority of the councillors. 5, if an absolute majority of the councillors cannot be obtained at the meeting, the council may resolve to conduct a new election at a later specified time and date. 6, if only one councillor is a candidate for mayor, the meeting must declare that councillor to be duly elected as mayor. 7, in this section, absolute majority means the number of councillors which is greater than half the total number of the councillors of a council. Now, before we get to the election of the mayor, we'll move to 6.2, which is we need to determine whether the mayor is elected for 1 or 2 years. And that is a requirement of section 26 of the Local Government Act 2020. I'd like to invite a motion in relation to the mayoral term. Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I'd like to nominate a 1-year term for the mayor.
Is there a seconder? Oh, Councillor Tolsha. Councillor Tolsha will take you as seconder. Councillor Wortman, would you like to speak to that? Councillor Tolsha?
No, I'm fine.
Would anyone like to speak in opposition? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. Item 6.3, election of the mayor. We've been over this a few times in the past, so I don't think there's probably any, it's not necessary to read through the information there in terms of the role of the mayor. I'll call for a nomination, please. Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I'd like to nominate Councillor Tolsha to be mayor.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Pittman. Councillor Tolsher, do you accept the nomination?
I certainly do, thank you.
Councillors, are there any further nominations? In the absence of any further nominations, it is my pleasure to declare Councillor Tolsher duly elected to the position of Mayor. Congratulations. Before we do the chair swapping, would the outgoing Mayor like to address the council?
I would. So thank you very much. And I'd like to start 4 years as quite a stint as Mayor. Seen a lot of things happen in that term. A lot of stuff that we can be very proud of as a council that we've been able to achieve. I'd like to thank my fellow councillors for all their efforts over that time, and there's a couple of councillors that are no longer on council, but Aaron Scales and Pete Dickshay, both who were great contributors to the term while I was Mayor. So I thank them as well as the 4 councillors that sit before me today. It's something that, in reflection now, I know that my time has, I don't know about come to an end, but for this time anyway, it's definitely been a long journey, and it's a long way from the other side of Corryong to go to meetings, and it'll give me a little bit more time to play on the farm. So I'm still very committed to what we're about at Towong, and still very much looking at trying to get the best outcomes I can for our communities. I have said that I'll continue on in the role with the Health Alliance, and trying to get better outcomes for our hospitals and a new hospital in Albury-Wodonga. I'd also like to thank the staff right through the organisation. I think they can be very proud of what we as a team achieve, and they're a big part of that. And to our senior management team, an exceptional team at the moment, and it allows for a much better council environment when you've got such a great team supporting the councillors. I'd probably like to touch on our CEO. So over the 4 years, had many phone calls and chats with our CEO. I can't speak more highly of the role Juliana plays within council, and the ability to allow councillors, and especially the Mayor, to do their role to the best of their ability. So thank you very much, Juliana, for the last 4 years, and it's something I'll miss. I'll probably still have to give you a call every now and then just to keep in touch. So really, thank you very much. It's been a great honour to be Mayor of Towong, and yeah, it's not all over. I'm just stepping out for a while. So thank you, and congratulations to Councillor Tolsher on putting your hand up for this role. I know you're, as the other councillors, very much community focused and community minded, and I have great confidence in your ability to lead this council in the coming year. And I didn't wash the car, but anyway, didn't even do the windscreen. So thank you very much, and I'll vacate the chair.
Sorry. That's his.
Okay,
Mr Mayor,
yes.
congratulations. I was wondering if I could just make a statement regarding our outgoing mayor.
By all means.
Look, Andrew's done a terrific job as mayor and led a united team over the two councils. And look, Andrew's, like I say, he's been a great leader and a united team, and he's encouraged people to have their say. And he's a great fella, and a bit of humour and a bit of wit is much appreciated around the table. So well done, Andrew.
Thanks, Dave. Yep. No, it's been great. Right. So I'm not going to have my bit of a talk. I'm going to actually read, because I wrote something and I don't want to muck it up. I'd like to thank the councillors for their confidence they have in me to fill the role of mayor. The last mayor in Toolangatta, as I look up on the board, was in the 60s. That's actually lived in the town, and it's something that I've aspired to do after being elected on the council, and now I have the time to do it. I have big shoes to fill with the past two mayors, Councillor Warburton and Councillor Whitehead, who have led the team through hard times, with Dave in the fires in 1920 and Andrew taking helm in 21. For the past 4 years, there's been some highlights that's happened, so I've listed a few here. Good. The leadership both mayors, CEO and senior managers have had through the rebuild of the Upper Murray after the devastating fires, streetscapes in Corryong, Nidda, Walwa, Grania, and no more in my turn. All right, that's just a note. Connecting the community by adopting the Reconciliation Action Plan and hosting IDAHOP Day. Structure plans for Toolangatta, Corryong and Bellbridge. Advocacy for the new regional hospital on a greenfield site, including the Tri-Council meeting and Indigo and Alpine councils and the rally in Corryong, assisted greatly by Denise. Advocacy regarding the Emergency Service Volunteers Fund levy, upgrade to the Georges Creek Road, splash park and pump track in Dart, 350k project, sealing the Bellbridge walking track, 500k project, the Corryong Circuit Trail Skate Park, a 1.63k project combined, and the Resilient Building Fund project. There's been a lot happening. It's not just Andrew. Andrew's leading a team that the whole team have had input into. So really, really good. That's just to name a few, so I've cut it off there. Again, thank you for the opportunity to lead the team and the legacy that the previous leaders have left will make my role much easier. Our team of senior managers, CEO and councillors is a strong, cohesive and respectful group that I'm honoured to be proud to be part of. I'm sure together we continue to make our community proud. Thank you. Very good. Now bear with me. I've got some little notes here. Deputy Mayor.
Yep.
So item 7, election of Deputy Mayor. Will I read through the whole lot?
Probably not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. So Section 28 of the Local Government Act 2020 states that a council may establish an office of Deputy Mayor. Section 22, Section 21 of the Local Government Act sets out the role and powers of the Deputy Mayor as below for the information of councillors. Scroll down. They can also fulfil the role of acting mayor as per stated. So I'll just go to invite motion of term for the deputy mayor.
Do we need to move the establishment of the office of deputy mayor and the term of that office be determined for 1 year?
That's
In line with.
that's
Yep, happy to do that in line with the mayoral term.
Yep. So you have to have a recommendation, do we?
Councillor Whitehead, Councillor Whitehead's moved that one, yep.
Rightio, is there a seconder? Councillor Pittman. Would anyone like to speak to the motion?
No.
No. All in favour? Motion carried. So, our next part, again, I invite nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'd like to nominate Councillor Denise Anderson.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Whitehead. Councillor Anderson, do you accept a nomination?
Thanks, Mr Mayor, I accept.
Are there any further nominations? No. There being no further nomination, I am pleased to declare that Councillor Anderson is duly elected as Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Councillor. Would you like to say a few words, Councillor?
I look forward to working with you, Mr Mayor, but I wouldn't count out another streetscape. Just kidding. Got to keep the humour going, hey?
Wow. Sure there's not a seconder. Thank you, Denise Anderson, Councillor Anderson. I look forward, because I know you're passionate about this little project. It's been really, really great. Your passion for a lot of things is really good. And I'm sure you'll support 100%. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Item 8. Yep, confirmation of minutes. The minutes of the meeting listed below are circulated to councillors. Following each respective council meeting, confirmation of minutes is now sought for the special meeting held on the 1st of October and the ordinary council meeting held on the 22nd of October. We have a motion of recommendation. Councillor Whitehead.
Move that the minutes of the special council meeting held on the 1st of October 2025 and the ordinary council meeting held on the 22nd of October 2025 be confirmed.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Anderson.
Don't speak to these.
Don't speak to these.
The motion. Yep.
All in, the motion's forward, all in favour? Carried. Petition and joint letters,
Don't have any.
there are none. Public question time. No one's on show, there has been one
Thanks,
submitter.
Mr Mayor. We do have one submission for public question time. However, the submitter isn't present with us today. The question is recorded in the agenda and we will respond to the submitter following the meeting. Just to reassure councillors that our staff have been looking into the issues and we believe that the issues will be resolved shortly.
Thank you, Ms. CEO. Item 11, informal meeting of councillors. So there's meeting records from informal meeting of councillors held on the 13th of August, 27th of August, 10th of September, 24th of September, 8th of October, 22nd of October and 12th of November. And there's also workshop meeting records for the same.
Yep.
Recommendation.
Yeah, they're just attached. Yes. So through you, Mr Mayor, we've just had a little catch up in terms of our meeting records. As you know, the governance position has been vacant and we're just caught up now with all of those records. So the recommendation before you is that the information be noted.
Do we have a motion? Councillor Pittman.
Mr Mayor, I'd like to move that the information be noted as listed.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Anderson. Anyone like to speak to the motion? No. All in favour? Motion carried. We'll get better at this.
Doing well.
Appointment of committees and boards. That's item 12. Ms Phelps.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors, as you know, at the statutory meeting, we nominate and elect councillors to represent the council on a number of different boards and committees. We've taken the liberty of listing those committees and the current representative for council, but also included a suggestion or recommendation in the 2026 column, and that is for your consideration.
Thank you. We have a recommendation. Anyone have a motion? Councillor Anderson,
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
do we have a seconder? Councillor Pittman. And would anyone like to speak to the motion?
I thank you.
We have a motion there. All in favour? Raise your hands. Should be confirmation of minutes of time, petitions. I'm just catching up here.
All right, we're at 13.
Council meeting arrangements, disclosure of interest. By Ms Phelps.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillors, we've just put a recommendation before you in terms of where we might hold the council meetings for the duration of 2026. That's presented for your consideration.
We have a recommendation in front of us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Pittman.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move that the ordinary council meetings for 2026 be scheduled as followed, with the meetings commencing at 10:30 a.m. That's those listed in the minutes.
Councillor Pittman, do we have a seconder? Councillor Whitehead. Anyone like to speak to the motion? Councillor Pittman.
Yeah, Mr Mayor, I think it's just important that we have, as equal representation throughout the Shire as we can. I think holding the meetings, turnabout between Toolangatta and Corryong gives local Corryong people an opportunity, if they wish to come along and address councillors personally in a meeting, and I think that's really important.
Thank you. Councillor Whitehead.
Just to add on to that, over time we have held meetings in other locations, but now with live streaming of meetings and the technology that's required, it's a lot easier just to have Toolangatta and Corryong, and I think the split of those works really well.
No further? I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. Item 14, organisational improvement. Report was prepared by Ms Taylor, Director of Corporate and Organisational Development. Thank you, Ms Taylor.
You might like to take this one just as read.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Take it as read. Do we have a motion?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll
Councillor
move
Whitehead.
that the report be noted.
We have a seconder. Councillor Pittman. No further discussion. Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I just want to note that looking at the report, the action sheets are all completed. Excellent.
Great work. All right, we have a motion. All in favour? Carried. Item 15, community and wellbeing.
Just go to 14.2.
14.2. Wasn't on my side.
It's an important one.
Again? Oh, yes, it is a report. My quarterly budget report.
Director of Corporate.
The report was prepared by Dylan Howard for managed finance, but I reckon we'll have
Taylor.
Ms Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to present the quarterly budget report in accordance with our legislative requirements under the Local Government Act. And this provides an update on the financial position and results of council to the September quarter 2026, which is so just one quarter of the 2025. So 2025-26 financial year. There is currently a significant surplus for the quarter at $11.1 million. We do receive a lot of income in lump sums, or record a lot of income in lump sum at the start of the year. Expenses will be incurred throughout the year, and we're on track to finish with within close proximity to the forecast surplus of $4 million. Our cash position is quite strong, and we do have Obviously, a significant debtor balance in line with the rates being raised but not yet being repaid, which will happen throughout the course of the year. The recommendation is that the report be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Is there any questions or clarifications from councillors? Councillor Wortman?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, if my question to the director, just on the rate debtors, I see in the report that it's a focus this year to reduce. I was just wondering what measures we're looking at.
Through you, Mr Mayor, we have increased our FTE in the rates team to address this, I guess, growing concern. We will be issuing regular reminder notices on a quarterly basis to residents with outstanding rates debt. Based on certain triggers, they may then be referred to a collection agency for further assistance to get more data, I guess, hopefully a quicker response, but also to try and engage people to sign up to a repayment plan, so that the issue doesn't continue to grow and those debts can be collected.
Thank you.
Any other questions or clarification? No. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Anderson?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation that the report be noted.
Is there a seconder? Councillor Whitehead? Would anyone like to speak to the motion? Councillor Anderson?
I would please, Mr Mayor. Just regarding the rate debtors, if we can just remind any residents that if they're in trouble, get in touch. Don't be embarrassed. That's what we're here to help you. So I just want to emphasise that. Thank you.
Anderson? Anyone else? Councillor Whitehead?
I guess this is ongoing, but you know, when we look at the report there, the figures all look pretty good, but we understand that moving forward, a lot of the money's committed, and we are so reliant on grant funding for future projects. And you know, I think it's important that we understand exactly where we sit moving forward, that things are going to be a bit tough over the next few years as well. So, but well done to the team for getting that put together.
Thank you, Councillor Whitehead. I'll put the motion. Are those in favour? Carried. Item 15, community wellbeing.
So one more,
This
14.3.
isn't telling me this on this side.
Yeah.
Click on the 14. It'll bring up the others.
This is a very important one.
Mr. Mayor, if I could just jump in there, as I was,
Hang
wait
on.
for the CEO to leave.
14.3, the
Yes.
Chief Executive Officer's annual performance review, and we have a light leaving the room.
Yeah. So as I was previously mayor, this report was prepared by myself, with a little bit of help, but and so I'd just like to have the opportunity to go through the Chief Executive Officer's performance review for the period of 1st of August 2024 to the 30th of November 2025 was conducted during November 2025 by the Chief Executive Officer Employment and Remuneration Committee. The review process was facilitated by an independent consultant, Ms. Fiona Shanks, Director of HR Partners. The Chief Executive Officer's performance is generally reviewed annually in line with the requirements of the Local Government Act 2020 and the Chief Executive Officer's contract of employment. This review is for a 16-month period, as the previous review was conducted in advance of the caretaker period for the 26th of October 2024 election and was only for an 8-month period. So we've actually now just moved back in line where we were previously. And the recommendation is that the performance review for the Chief Executive Officer, Ms Juliana Phelps, for the period of 1st of August 2024 to the 30th of November 2025 be adopted. The Chief Executive Officer be congratulated on her performance, and a review of the Chief Executive Officer remuneration package be reviewed within 1 month of the performance review in accordance with the Chief Executive Officer's contract of employment. And so I'd just like to add there, in my view, this performance of our CEO over the review period has once again been of a very high standard, and the independent review process demonstrated that Juliana's performed very well against the key performance indicators. And it is my recommendation that performance review for the period as stated be adopted, and Juliana be congratulated on her performance.
Thank you, Councillor Whitehead. Any other questions or clarifications? Anyone? Yes, Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, look, I just want to compliment the CEO on her recruiting over the last few years of our directors. It's set us up as an organisation with this strong leadership team, and I just want to congratulate Juliana on her recruiting of those directors and senior managers as well. I think the organisation is travelling quite well. Yes, that's all I've got to say. Thank you.
Councillor Wortman. Any other? No. We have a motion ahead put in front of us. Sorry, we have a recommendation put in front of us. We need to have a motion.
I'm happy to
Councillor
move the
Whitehead.
motion as presented.
We have a seconder. Councillor Pittman. All in favour? Aye. We'll bring it back in.
Yeah.
You've still got your job. And that was the move in second. The next one, finally, community and wellbeing. 15.1 Bellbridge Early Years Funding Application, and we go to Acting Director of Community and Planning, Michael Stanton. Thank you.
Thank you, and through you, Mr. Mayor. So the purpose of this report is seeking council approval to apply for funding through the Victorian Government's Building Box Improvement Program for an internal renovation of the Bellbridge Early Years Learning Centre. The Building Box program was launched in 2020 and offers grants to help kindergartens refurbish, renovate early childhood buildings and facilities, and or purchase IT equipment to assist in the delivery of educational programs and administration purposes. Towalong Shire has been successful through this program with previous applications. So applications under the minor infrastructure and early learning facility upgrades stream of the program can be up to $750,000. Internal improvement for the Bellbridge Early Years Learning Centre has been identified as a priority. 418 Architecture have been working with council staff for a period of time in developing the detailed designs and the costings for this project to put us in a position now to apply for the funding. The aim of the upgrade is to optimise the licensed capacity of the existing service, which will allow existing demand to be met, along with the flexibility to expand the kindergarten as funding becomes available and demand increases. So council is not required to provide any funding contributions towards this project. And as per the recommendation in front of you in the report, and in line with council external grants policy, we seek approval to submit this funding application for $727,300.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Are there any questions or clarifications from anyone? No. So we have a recommendation for us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor
Interesting.
Anderson, sorry. Anyone like to speak to that? Yes, Councillor Walker.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, look, I fully support this application. We all know that the peninsula is a growth area, and early years is a big issue right around the Shire, but especially in the Bellbridge area. Look, this refurbishment, if we're successful, will buy us a little bit of time. It'll be an upgrade to the facility, and look, who knows in the future, we may have to build something over in that area because of the growth. But and the other part is that council, there's no cost to council if we're successful, so that's great.
Thank you, Councillor Warman. Anyone else like to speak to it? Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd just like to say that I'm sure the committee for the Bellbridge Kindy would going to absolutely appreciate if we can get this through, because they're working in difficult conditions. It's not fit for purpose at the moment, or not as best as we could make it. So it'll be terrific. I think it's a great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a recommendation before us. Oh, sorry, Councillor Wharton.
Okay,
I'd like to add in there, just follow on from Councillor Ortman's, the growth we're predicting in that area is going to make it near impossible to try and run the facility in the condition it's in at the moment. So the ability to do this, we realise ticks off one area, but as Councillor Walkman said, there's still other areas of concern with childcare and kinder across the Shire, and we're working through those. But actually, if we can get one of them ticked off, we're moving in the right direction. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor White. Any other discussion? So we have a recommendation. We have a motion.
We've got our motion. We just need to put the motion down.
Oh, sorry, we've already had the motion.
Yep.
I've got a little bit of catching up to do.
You're doing well.
We have a motion forward. All those in favour? Carried. Item 15.2, grant application, Vic Health Partners in Place. Acting Director, Committee and Planning, Dr. Mr. Michael Stanton.
Thank you, and through you, Mr Mayor. So this is another report where we're seeking approval to apply for some funding. And this one is seeking approval to apply for funding through the Vic Health Partners in Place program to support the delivery of a range of health and wellbeing initiatives across both our municipal health and wellbeing plan and our youth strategy. These are both obviously documents which have been adopted in recent months. So this is a new program launched by Vic Health focusing on place-based action with the goal of breaking down barriers so children and young people can be as healthy as possible. Projects applied for must align with one of the strategic directions of our municipal health and wellbeing plan. So we propose that we apply for the maximum available, which is up to $500,000. So stage one is $300,000 over 3 years, and then subject to a midway review, an additional $200,000 for the further years being 29, 30 and 30, 31. So the program itself, it's a real opportunity for us to work in partnership with local schools, other agencies and organisations over this 3 to 5 year period, and implement a number of actions from both those plans we spoke about, the municipal health and wellbeing and our youth strategy, and implement a whole range of wellbeing and mental health programs, initiatives, outreach services, and so on. So it is proposed that through this funding, if we were successful, that scoping will take place in year one, including engagement of experts and consultants, and with local partnerships, and then delivery would be through years 2 to 5. So council, once again, not required to provide any funding contributions towards the project. And as per the recommendations we've got in front of you, and in line with our external grants policy, we're seeking approval to submit this funding application, seeking up to $500,000 over the 5 years of the program.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Any questions or clarifications? No, we have a recommendation for us to have a motion. Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Pittman. Councillor Pittman or Anderson, would you like to speak to that?
Yes, please, Mr Mayor. Firstly, and I neglect to say before, thank you to the staff for the work that's going into these applications. As Councillor Whitehead mentioned before, we're so totally reliant on these grants. So, and not having to have to contribute is an extra bonus for us. So thank you for the work that's gone into it. Mental health in our region needs help. So thank you for even taking note of our existing problems that we have that we should be a part of. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Anderson. Councillor Pittman.
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate what Councillor Anderson has said and also to say how important it is that council forms part of this health network and we're all supporting each other with the initiatives that are already out there from other health services within our community.
Thank you, Councillor Waltman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, look, totally agree with my fellow councillors. $500,000 is a lot of money, and if we're successful, there's a lot of great actions that we can proceed with, and as the report says, it builds strong partnerships with our schools, service providers, community organisations, and that's great for our council, yeah, and our community.
Thank you, Councillor Waltman. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 16.1, Capital Works Report. I invite Director of Infrastructure and Environment, Mr Jamie Heritage.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This report presents the overall status of the Capital Works program to the end of September 2025 and includes update on project status, progress, expenditure and completion risks. A detailed budget breakdown has been circulated separately to councils prior to the meeting. Council's 2025-26 Capital Works program totals $15.3 million and includes 61 projects, comprising both of new initiatives and carryover works from previous years. The 14 largest projects represent approximately 38% of the overall budget. Of these, 1 is currently in progress, 4 are under construction, 3 have been completed, and 6 are either in the engagement, design or tendering phase. The remaining projects are on track to be completed within the 25-26 financial year or as programmed. The Hanson Street upgrade is progressing and is currently in the concept design phase. The community consultation planned in the coming weeks, and I have those dates as the 16th and 17th as well, so for council. Annual works programs for resealing, guardrail replacement, gravel resheeting and footpath renewals have also been finalised. And works have started to commence on all these projects. The team has made significant progress in delivering the 25-26 Capital Works program, with outcomes so far for this year exceeding those of previous years. As of the 30th of September, year-to-date expenditure totals $3.1 million, representing approximately 20% of the total capital budget. And yes, and the report be noted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Heritage. Any questions or comments? Yep. Councillor Waltman.
Just in the report, it says that council has secured roads to recovery money to build a bridge on Yabba Road. I was just wondering if you could identify which bridge that is.
Thank you, Mr Waltman. Yes, so it's the bridge up the Tullandoon and that needs replacing and is pretty much seeing its useful life expectancy gone. So at the end of Yabba Road, Tullandoon.
Excellent. Great result. Thanks. Thanks, Mr Mayor.
Any further questions? No. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Pittman.
Mr Mayor, I'd like to move that the report be noted.
Seconder. Councillor Whitehead. Anyone like to speak to it? Mr Pitt?
Yes, thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to congratulate Director Heritage on his great work since he's come back to council and making these projects move ahead. And obviously that's the leadership of that team is really key to getting the efficiency with how this is happening as well. And I'll just say well done to you. Thank you.
Yeah, Councillor Whitehead?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, just a quick update. The car parking in the CBD corridor looks great. It's been dug out, sealed, everything's complete. We're just some line marking and we're there. So it's exciting times.
Councillor Wortman?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Just like to follow on from Councillor Pittman. Yeah, congratulations to Jamie and the team. It's a huge capital works program and we're progressing very well. So well done.
Thank you.
I was just going to comment, I agree with Councillor Wortman. Like, that's a huge budget. Get out there and to be on track with it so early is so good. That's great. We have a motion. All those in favour? Carried. Item 17.1, land use planning, 207 Tootle Road, Cudgewar.
I have a conflict on this one, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, Councillor Whitehead.
You just
I'm sure it's. Ask Acting Director of Community and Planning, Mr. Stan, to read the report.
Thank you, and through you, Mr. Mayor. So the purpose of this report is to have council consider the planning permit that's been put forward for the use and development of land for extractive industry in part of Tootle Road, which is 6 kilometres approximately northwest of Cudgewar. So the application includes a proposed gravel extraction or quarry. The level of detail in the application is fairly detailed application, and it's fairly significant. It's felt that the use of the land is considered appropriate within the zone. The quarry qualifies as a small quarry under relevant legislation and is not expected to significantly affect the surrounding natural or cultural landscape. And the proposal will contribute to the diversification of Towering Shire's economy. Through the advertising of the application to nearby landowners and occupiers, there were 3 objections received. The proposal has then been assessed against the Towering planning scheme, and it is considered that the concerns raised through these objections can be addressed through the detailed conditions that are listed as part of the recommendation, and the details are contained in the report that you've got in front of you. So therefore, a recommendation is provided that this application for the use of land for extractive industry be approved, subject to those conditions attached to this report.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Is there any questions or clarification? No. I'd just like to comment to say that there is a lot of items there for them to appease the people who have questioned it. And I think if it's done properly, it'll be fine for the people that objected. We have a recommendation before us. Do we have a motion? Councillor Pittman.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that the planning permit application PA 250001 be approved and a notice of decision issued with the conditions as listed below.
Thank you, Councillor Pittman. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Anderson. Yep.
Yep, sorry.
All good. Thank you. Councillor Pittman, would you like to say anything?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to reiterate Councillor Wortman's comments on the significant number of conditions that need to be met to appease not just the concerns that the objectors had, but also to meet the requirements of this permit and planning conditions as well. And I think that with these are all applied diligently, I think they'll find it'll be a good outcome for everybody.
Thank you, Councillor Pittman. Anyone else? Yes, Councillor Wortman.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, look, it is a comprehensive list of requirements for this permit. The key point I'd like to make is if the permit is issued, it's a small quarry, and I think we can, with all the conditions, I think we can appease the objectors' concerns, and Yeah, so especially the dust. Yeah. Yep. No, thank you.
Thank you, councillor Walkman. We have a motion. All those in favour? Carried. Councillor Whitehead is coming back in. All right, next item, 18.1, Environmental Sustainability Report. Report with Mr. Greg Carlson, but we're going to have our Director of Infrastructure and Environment, Jamie Heritage.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The report provides an update on environmental sustainability activities throughout the Shire for the period of March 25 to September 25. Council's environmental sustainability activities continue to be focused on management of recycling operations at resource recovery centres, along with actions related to the circular economy of waste and recycling transition process undertaken this year. Ongoing education and reminders regarding campaign around the 3 bin systems to continue to promote through Shire digital platforms, as well as exposure through the Half Waste platforms, which enjoys TV promotional content. Recent activities around curbside waste since the transition shows 64.3% of households with an existing curbside bin service has taken up the additional FOGO bin. Although this figure seems low, it was heavily influenced by the level of opt-outs from eligible rural residents who represent 38.3% of the total households. Overall, the participation rate of rural households was a modest 26.8% of the total. Organic tonnage levels, 719 tonnes from now 2,175 monthly service households is the performance indicators for 25. Green waste tonnage is 921 tonnes and recycling tonnage is 526 tonnes. For the month of June, the recycling contamination rate was 0.14 tonnes with a total contamination volume for the year of only 2.08 tonnes. The average monthly contamination rate was 0.39 tonnes, which is very low contamination tonnage. With the 3 bin system, State Government Initiative Tailem Shire has achieved a current diversion rate of 57.49% from landfill. A summary of a recent bin audit is also provided in the report. To aid with waste collection during the high visitation periods of Easter, Council provides additional public bins at key locations, increasing the frequency of collections and to promote respectable disposable behaviours for visitors with flyers provided to caravan operators. Also, we keep our existing fleet of trucks in service in those high visitation periods. Local businesses and communities groups in Toolangatta and Corryong were successful in establishing a container deposit scheme for point operators. For Corryong year-to-date results, November through to June saw 2,171,000 containers returned, which equates to $218,000. The tree and weed program is ongoing. Further tree plantations have been done at Ploughs Hill, with endangered species also planted. There's a list of those trees that are planted provided in the report. A high incidence of rabbit infestation is prevalent, getting my words mixed, throughout the Shire. And in an attempt to manage numbers, the following has been undertaken and will be ongoing. So, Kalisi virus has been released in Ploughs Hill, Corryong, Grania, Bethanga, Talgano, and throughout other areas. Fumigation using foxtocin of multiple warrens in and around the Grania, Talgano, and Bethanga area has also been carried out, while rabbit-proof fencing netting has been installed around water storage tanks at Old Grania Primary School. Financial viability, the financial numbers are present in the report, and thank you, the report being out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Heritage. Any questions or clarifications on the report? Councillor Whitehead.
If I couldn't, it might be a
question you take on notice. It's just in relation to the four-bin system that the state government's looking at introducing, and where Towong sits in relation to that. But at the moment, we have a three-bin system, and I guess the question is, do you see that we're going to have to move to a four-bin system, or is it because our belief was that we probably had the ability to not have to do that with the state, and where that might be up to?
I will take that on notice, Councillor Whitehead, but I will say currently we've got an exemption with our Resource Recovery Centres acting in line with that, but that doesn't mean things aren't changing.
Thank you. Any other questions, Councillor Waltman?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just in regard to the report about council-owned garbage truck, I've had ratepayers say, why do we keep the garbage truck when we've contracted it out to Cleanaway? How do we utilise that truck?
So we've kept the older trucks, Councillor Waltman, so they can actually, in the peak periods, offer a service which then negates the additional charges from Cleanaway. So we do that internally in those peak seasons, which allows us to run around caravan parks, additionally towns like Mitta, Tallangata, Corryong, where the visitation is high, and to keep the place clean.
Yep, excellent. And just one question on the work that's being carried out at the Corryong landfill. When this work is completed, what is our compliance requirements at council?
So EPA have a list of compliances that gets put back onto council. So things like bore monitoring, the leachate dam monitoring, so that's still in place because leachate does still happen over time. So we monitor that for levels and so on. The capping needs to be monitored as well, so no heavy hoof animals on that and stuff like that, and to make sure it's in sound condition. Yep, tidy around the area.
Sorry, Mr Mayor, one last, it's a thank you. The director mentioned the work that was carried out at the water tank at Grania. The rabbits were undermining the tank, and it had a liner, and it could have failed if this work hadn't been carried out. And I thank the people that carried that work out.
I'll pass it on.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion, a recommendation. Do we have a motion? Councillor Pittman.
Through you, Mr Mayor, I'd like to move the report be noted.
Yeah, do I have a seconder? Councillor Anderson. Would either of you like to speak to the motion?
Only just to thank Councillor Waltman for his question around the use of the old rubbish trucks. I think it's something a number of community members have had questions about, and I think it's really great to get that clarified, that we still do use these trucks, and it helps keep our campgrounds and towns tidy at these peak times.
Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I just wanted to talk about the container deposit scheme. 218,000. How amazing is that? So there's opportunities out there for other groups that could take up those collections. So I hope people look at that. It'll be great. Thank you.
Just a comment. Sorry. Yep. The golf club Tallangata to do it, and we get about $50 a month out of it. So it's great for the small community clubs.
Yeah.
Councillor Whitehead.
So I actually have a bit to do with the one in Corryong, and it's going very well. It actually employs someone for 20 hours a week as well. So it not only does it get the containers out of the landfill, but it actually also allows for someone to gain employment and stuff as well. So it's a win-win. It's a lot of containers to count though by hand.
I'll put the motion. All that. Sorry, Councillor Waltman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor.
Be quick with your hand.
Yes, that's right. I just want to congratulate the staff on a detailed report. It's very detailed, that report, and great job.
Thank you. No further. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. Item 19.1. Bethanga Cricket Nets Local Sports Infrastructure Program application. Acting Director of Community Planning, Mr. Michael Stanton, please.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So the purpose of this report is seeking council approval to submit a funding application to the state government's Local Sports Infrastructure Fund, the LSIF, for the development of new cricket nets at Bethanga Recreation Reserve. The LSIF program has been around for some time, since 2017. And under the community facilities stream of that program, LGAs can apply for up to $500,000 with a ratio of 3-to-1 funding, 3 from the government and 1 from local contributions. And that's for regional and rural councils. The current nets, as you're probably aware, are certainly unsafe, non-compliant, and with the new nets designed to relevant state cricket guidelines. And they provide 3 new synthetic cricket nets with fencing, the roof fencing, significantly improving the safety for participants and also the facilities at the reserve. And to date, this has been a really excellent partnership between the Bethanga Cricket Club, the Rec Reserve Community Management, Council, and also Cricket Albury Wodonga. We did apply for this project under the same program in early 2024. We were obviously unsuccessful. We've addressed some of that specific feedback from Sport and Rec Victoria from the early application and factored this into our planning for this application as well. And since the writing of this report, the Bethanga Cricket Club and the Rec Reserve have both confirmed $5,000 contributions from both towards the project. Therefore, the proposed council contribution would be $19,450. Which is proposed to be made available in the 26-27 budget if we were successful with the application. So once again, as per the recommendation detailed in the report and in line with the Council's external grants policy, we seek approval to submit this funding application for $217,800.
Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Any questions or clarifications? Anyone? Just a comment from me. I think it's going to be a great opportunity with what else is happening at that Rec Reserve to have the new cricket nets to complement it. I think it's a great idea. We have a recommendation before it. Do we have a motion? Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation as presented.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Waltman. Would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Other councillors may not be aware, but the cricket club in Bethanga is very strong. So this would be a great asset for them to have available to them if we can get it over the line. And great that they're participating by adding funding to get this grant, which is much appreciated. That's about it for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for your work again. All these applications, that's a lot. Thank you.
Based on that extra information.
Councillor Waltman, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Mayor. Just in the report, and I think there's a key point, is this project came out of the master plan for the reserve, and council contributed a large amount of money to that master plan, and that of course builds our case to go for this grant. And look, it's going to be great for the community. And look, the 3-to-1 ratio again, you don't get too many grants like that. If we're fortunate enough, it's a great outcome for council and the community.
So just clarification, Michael. Council commits to 29,450. So to clarify that, we're now down to 19,450 with the two $5,000.
Correct. So the recommendation of the report was up to 29,450. That was before we hadn't had clarification, and only in the last 24 hours we've got confirmation of that other 10,000 or 5 from both groups. So then that the council contribution would be 19,450.
So the
Mover and seconder.
going to change that?
Recommendation.
So I'll move the recommendation as presented for number 1, but number 2, council commits up to 19,450 to the project, subject to the grant application being successful.
Thank you, Councillor Anderson. We have a seconder on that. Councillor Waltman. Yep. No more discussion. Anyone? We have a motion forward. All in favour? Carried. Item 20, council reports. Yeah, councillor Anderson.
Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry, it's a little bit slow putting this one in. As most people know, our councils know, that we have an alliance with 12 other councils for the Albury-Wodonga Health Hospital situation and the redevelopment. So I'll just briefly tell you a couple of things out of the report. Since my last submission, myself, Councillor, or was Mayor, Whitehead, and our CEO, Ms Phelps, all attended 10 meetings. So we meet on a regular basis, which is very important. Things keep developing all the time. So the concerns from the Alliance is the business case for the redevelopment, trying to secure meetings with the state and federal parliamentary representatives, meeting with the Alliance meeting with the Albury-Wodonga Health Board and CEO, difficulty in obtaining information on the designs and the redevelopment stages, parking availability, including proposed verge parking options. The latest concerns have been the Albury Regional Cancer Centre. I won't go into details, feel free to read the report. Dr. Stutchbury has not had his visiting rights renewed after 27 years of service for the Cancer Centre. His removal has really deeply upset the community and increased patient anxiety. The Albury-Wodonga Health doctors who are employed with them have voted overwhelmingly to express a no confidence in the Albury-Wodonga chair and CEO. Bed shortages remain critical. The people survey results have been alarming. The Albanese government has committed $9 million for demountable doctor and student accommodation on an already cramped site. Unfortunately, after all these many years of the Alliance, we haven't even been able to get a demountable ward to relieve patient pressure, which hasn't been possible, which is very unfortunate. The upcoming AGM of Albury-Wodonga Health will not be shown to the public, or will be shown by video link, but no public attendance and no opportunity for questions. So the lack of transparency in governance is a question for us. Many key elements of the redevelopment have been reduced or removed due to insufficient funding. The Alliance view has not wavered. We still would like to pause the current redevelopment and secure a new hospital on a new site. And one example is Tweed Valley Hospital is an example which was achieved within 7 years, so it can be done. The present project, the Albury-Wodonga redevelopment, is increasingly uncertain of the completion date. I've got the stuttering. And our local doctors are not asking for a gold-class facility. They're just asking for a hospital capable of delivering timely, safe and reliable care. So a new hospital on a new site. One thing that the Alliance has all agreed on and all contributed to is a strategist, thank you. And we've all put money in towards this. And finally, on this Sunday, there's a group of corfluters. So they have been out with their corflutes, silently protesting on their different locations. And they're going to have a picnic in the park, which will be at Hobbletree Park. It's from 12 to 3:30. And it's to show a united front with the Alliance, Better Border Health, Border Medical Association, staff from the hospital, union representatives, the most important part is our community, to show that we've got a problem, we're united, and we're probably not going away anytime soon. Thank you very much, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, councillor Anderson.
Thank you.
Any other councillor reports? We need a motion.
Just a motion to accept that report, yeah.
Oh, I'll move the recommendation.
Of the motion.
Motion to accept, yep.
Yeah, to accept the report.
Seconder, Mr. Councillor Whitehead. Item 21, urgent business.
Might just put that motion.
Oh, right, I'll put the motion. All in favour? Sorry. Item 21, urgent business. There is none. Committee minutes. This for you to
They're just, you can take them as read or.
take them as read?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, do we have a recommendation? Do we have a motion?
It's just to, report.
Yeah.
I'm happy to move that the reports be noted.
Councillor Whitehead, Councillor Pittman, seconder. I'll speak to it. Count as read. All in favour? I'll get there.
Mhm.
Councillor policies for review.
You've got your 22.2, which is
Oh, the
Murray
committee
Darling
minutes.
Association.
Darling.
Yeah.
Didn't we just say that they was fine?
We
Oh,
we
no,
haven't
Murray
had a
Darling.
chance to talk about it. Yep.
The Murray Darling Base Association Regional 1, prepared by Ms Rhonda Ramsdale, councillor. No, CEO. Talk about it, or we just?
Well, we have a representative.
Oh,
the-
rightio.
Mhm.
Councillor Wortman, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, thanks, Mr Mayor.
No, I need to.
Look, that's the minutes for last year's AGM. This year's AGM was held last week, and I'd just like to thank the Mayor for filling in. I was unable to attend, and I think the key thing to take out of the meeting last week was the review of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. It's the 10-year review. It's very important that councils, community groups, operators along the waterways put in their submissions. So I just would encourage people to think about putting in a submission to the new basin plan.
And just a further comment on that, I think up until the start of February, they're doing a submissions to get in, and then they're going to do a 6-week or 8-week community consultation period. So that's when we've got to get really fired up if we want to have input into it. Thank you, Councillor Wortman. You need to say the motion.
We've got a recommendation there.
We have a recommendation.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move that the unconfirmed minutes from the MDA Region 1 Annual General Meeting held on 6th of December 2024 be noted.
Thank you, seconder. Councillor Whitehead. All in favour? Council policies. Policies for review. Who's to talk to this?
This is our Director of Corporate and Organisation.
Director, Corporate Organisation Development, Ms Meryl Taylor.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So the we are tabling 2 policies for review in accordance with our policy review cycle. So the public interest disclosure policy and fraud and corrupt conduct policy. So that's putting it out there for feedback to be brought back to a later council meeting to be adopted once reviewed. The recommendation is that the policies tabled for review be noted.
Thank you, Ms Taylor. Just a comment, was this brought back through us via the Risk Committee?
Through you, Mr Mayor, yes.
Yeah.
Was. They were tabled with the Audit and Risk Committee as well for their feedback into, in particular, the fraud and corrupt conduct policy.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone would like to ask a question? No? All right, we have a recommendation, we have a motion. Yeah, sorry, Councillor Whitehead.
I'd like to move that the policies tabled for review be noted.
Do we have a seconder? Oh, Councillor Anderson. Anyone like to speak to the motion? No, all in favour? Carried. Stealing of documents, we have nil. Confidential, we have nil. Well, I'd just like to declare my first meeting closed. Thank you for putting up with me. Hopefully I'll get a little bit better.
Well,